Hey friends, thanks for tuning in to First Issue Club. We don't have a normal episode to release today. We went super long on our Patreon feed. Vargas, Greg, and I were opening up some CGC submissions. We had about 40 books and chopped it up about what we were expecting and what we ended up with. So join us over there if you want to see the video, but I'm posting some audio and a little bit of a preview in the main feed here, so we've got something to post. Another thing we want to shout out is that we're going to be at TowerCon in Kansas City next weekend, September 23rd, at Tower Tavern in the Midtown area of Kansas City. So if you want to catch us doing a live podcast with Kyle Strom, we'll be at the bar recording a little episode and then shopping for comics afterwards. So we'd love to see you there if you're in the KC area and can make it. In the meantime, enjoy a little preview of our Patreon episode in audio form. And if you can, join us over on the Patreon, where we really appreciate your support, helping us keep this podcast and show afloat and watching some video along with us on patreon.com/firstissueclub. All right, that's enough preamble. Here we go. Episode audio now. Today is going to be a fun day.
Today's the day.
I've got a stack of boxes behind me in which are 38 CGC comic books that we sent in to get slabbed.
I'm frothing at the bit.
There's 4 more that haven't quite made it to our house yet. If you're wondering how much that costs, all told, I think it was $1,200.
Woof. Worth every penny.
I will say preamble that these are comics that I've been wanting to get graded, but they are
More of a personal connection?
a little more of a personal connection this time around, where the last ones were comics that really stressed me out that I had them raw.
Right.
Where I'm like first appearances of Mary Jane and Medusa and just like a lot of 60s comics, and then like high-end newer comics that were all like, if you got 9/8, they were several $100 comics. This batch for me is like, if I get 9/8, they are more like $100 comics.
Sure. And it's just fun to say you have a 9/8 in it.
Yeah, and it's another thing too where I'm kind of expecting a lot of the, if they threw in a couple extra last time around, it was because they looked like the mintiest fresh of the more minor stuff that I had. So some of these might be, I'm not going to be so disappointed if I have some things in 9.4, 9.6 territory.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be bummed with 9.2s and 9s of my modern books, though. But we'll see.
Yeah.
The battle cry on the Discord has been less pod, more Zod, meaning get us more comic books and less talky.
Really?
No.
Okay. I was like, I haven't read that.
Yeah.
The rhyme popped into my head, so I
Gotcha.
said a cute rhyme.
Okay.
So I was going to say I can get to it.
While you open the boxes, I want to highlight some Kickstarter that I got in.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that thing.
So this is from, you guys mentioned, do you remember I mentioned Galacto Pit Fighter, Requiem for a Humanzi?
Yes.
That was the book I got.
Yes.
Where it was like they trained a chimpanzee to fight Galacto, who was an intergalactic fighter. It's by the same author and writer, and it is his bootleg version of the Death of Superman.
Oh.
So he redrew.
This is like shitty Dark Knight, but
Yeah,
not intended to be shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I got these here. They came in a little dinged up, but that's not on him. That's just like another random comic that came in a little like litho print.
Whoa, that is
sick.
cool.
Yeah. Oh, we should also mention we got 2 cameras going on this episode.
We're trying something new.
Yeah.
I love that litho.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. This is a comic by Kurt Burdick, who's the artist and writer, called Herbie's Song. It's like another little zine thing he did. And so they're called Death of Power. So because you can't use Death
Whoa.
of Superman. And like
Oh, no,
this
the back
book
of
is
that.
fucking
Give me
raw.
a break. Ew.
I love that.
Yeah. So I'm like just geeked up.
So Doomsday's ejaculate can kill Superman confirmed.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Come on now.
Skull flipped up.
Yeah, but it's awesome.
Also, his penis, I guess, has 3 heads.
Sure.
And so, I mean, Just open the book to a graphic orgy
Sure.
by Lex Luthor.
Ugh. Christ Almighty.
Wow.
When
Holy
they
shit.
say this is not for kids, they
Yeah.
mean
Yeah.
it, huh?
This fucking kills. Anyway, go check his stuff out.
Yeesh.
That
Where
needs to
did you
go
get
on the
this?
top shelf.
Kickstarter.
This was all Kickstarter
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you just see like Superman just getting his fucking ass handed to him by.
Good God.
That's
I know.
awesome.
It's so fucking badass. I love this guy's work. It just reminds me of like underground
Yeah.
comic stuff that like just doesn't play by anybody's rules but their own.
It's like the comic book version of like Faces of Death.
No, seriously, yeah. It's like this is the stuff you would draw like in junior high
Yeah.
in the back of the classroom just and share with your friends. It's just like, look at the fucked up shit I do.
Yeah.
So, check out Herbie's song and Death of Power and Galacto Pit Fighter, Requiem for a Chimpanzee. All of his stuff is just super punk rock, super graphic, and I'm in love with it. So that's all I wanted to highlight before we get into CGC stuff.
I want to get your guys. Well, I want to highlight this because I think I've flip-flopped my mindset here.
Mm.
This is this week's Daredevil #1.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Frank Miller variant, and I think I shit-talked Frank more than I should have for that Wolverine cover, because this and the Hulk one that he's got coming out and the Moon Knight one that he did
Yeah, those are bitching.
all rule.
Yeah.
You gotta wonder. This is just me, rumor mill, conspiracy theory. You gotta wonder if they saw the heat they got for the first round of covers and were just like, "Hey Frank, let us look
Yeah,
at those."
spend another hour on
yeah,
these.
like work on this a little bit, or like, can we have someone come in there just like put some shadows and stuff in there, and like help you out? But
oh yeah, these could have been touched up by another artist.
Well,
That's true.
I mean, Alex Sinclair did the coloring,
Uh-huh.
but he does all of Miller's coloring, right?
Yeah.
mm-hmm. So I mean, I'm not saying that it did happen. I'm saying if I worked at Marvel, I would definitely send an email to be like, "Hey, is there anything we can do to polish this up just a hair?"
Well, I'll say the stuff that he's been putting out more recently has been a lot better than that Wolverine
Yeah.
cover.
The
Yeah.
Thing one I thought was really shitty too.
It's just,
Oh, that's where it just looks like a pile of like rocks.
Yeah, it looked like nothing.
Yeah.
which technically, that is what the thing
Sure,
is. Just
yeah,
a
yeah.
pile of rocks.
But that's what I wanted to highlight. And then also, I got this Rad Madness
Yeah.
#2 cover
Cramps homage.
that I
Very
thought
sick.
is just so
And
so
I
sick.
at first thought that was a Marvel comic where they were bringing back the
I wish they would.
record cover thing, but it's
We talked about it.
AWA.
I don't know why they stopped at hip hop.
Well, they did like 6 like rock and roll covers.
Yeah, because they did like a Thor Clash one.
London Calling one.
It was great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe they just hate money.
Maybe. All right. Now
All
enough
right.
dilly-dally.
Yeah. I'll say, if you're wondering about, we've got 3 different size boxes here. If you're wondering about how CGC sends you stuff, they group things
Mm-hmm.
by like whether you had it pressed or not, whether you
Custom label.
got a custom label on it, which is what these are, which is why it's such a small box. We only got 2 custom labels.
Yeah.
But they all ship separately. If you pick a separate service within CGC, they're all treated like their own little companies and businesses, and they all ship to you separately. So
I like that.
keep in mind, you're only spending $5 for a custom label, but
But it ships differently than your
it
other
ships
stuff.
differently, and they're going to add other costs to it because of that. But
Yeah. None of my books are in there, so I'm going to act disinterested.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I'm kidding. Okay, so
Andy, there you go.
I get to do the honors.
You get to do this.
so
one.
hold on. Before you open it, what were you hoping to like? You were just wanting to get it slabbed and preserved.
Oh yeah, so well you'll see. I got a Moon Knight #1, the Warren Ellis Declan Shalvey one, and I got the custom Moon Knight label.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I'll be happy with like a 9.4 or 9.6.
Okay.
I just wanted to have a slab to go with my other slabbed Moon Knight #1s.
Okay. I think we're all gonna be happy regardless, but if I get, did that turn off?
I
It
think
made
it's-
some noise.
I think it's just the screen or something. I don't
Okay. So I'll be honest. If I get anything under a 9 for those books that I sent in, I'll be shocked. and I'll be
Your
bummed.
books look really tasty.
I was
And nice.
I was very impressed with when I bought those books how well they came in.
Yeah.
That I was like, oh shit, okay, maybe I need to send these off.
Okay. So this is who's Invincible?
Mine.
Do you know what these are? Do you know what they're graded at?
No, I have no clue. I have not looked at
Which,
any grades.
The
None
fact
of us
that
have looked
Mike
at grades.
hasn't looked at the grades is
Greg,
landmark.
You're giving me so much shit for this. I feel like I have self-restraint. I just saw them last
You
time.
always seem to me like the kid that is like hunting for Christmas presents.
Yeah.
As a kid. And you're just like, I gotta know what it is. I gotta know.
This is one of those comics. So this is the last issue of Invincible.
Mhm.
And I got the cover 1 homage.
Yes.
And
with his daughter as Invincible.
Yes, exactly right. And I thought that was going to be the cover to have. Unfortunately, it isn't. The A cover is like the kind of the one to have. But even still, I love this cover. If it's a 9/8, it is like bingo bango. You're in great shape.
Okay.
Anything else, you might as well be selling it for what it goes for raw. So it's a big book. It splits at the spine sometimes, so we'll see. 9/8!
Nice.
Worth every penny.
Hell yeah. And that custom label looks fucking great with this one. Look
Yeah.
at that.
Yeah.
We got,
Show it to that camera over there. See.
yeah, I'll be interested to see how that stuff comes out.
Wow.
Nice.
So,
Let us look. Let Poppy
really
look.
nice.
Golly.
Yeah, that's a beaut.
That custom label does look great on there.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's crazy to me. 9/8 with the puff on the corner up there.
That's what I thought about my Monstrous book, right? They consider, some graders consider those puffed out corners a manufacturing error.
Oh, okay.
So it doesn't drastically affect the
Interesting.
grade. Obviously, you're not going
Wow.
to get like a Gem Mint 10 in a book like that, but you're more likely to get a 9/8. I've also heard tale that if you send in more books at once, they move through your stuff a little quicker, meaning they're just looking at the covers and stuff
Mhm.
more. And you're going to get better grades if you do the 40 books at a time like we did
Scam them.
versus the sending in 1 or 2 books at a time. They may be a little more discriminate. I have no way of saying whether that's true or
100% confirmed.
Yeah.
not. But
FIC verified, confirmed. Please
I-
follow our instructions.
I am stoked on this. That
Nice.
Yeah.
custom label with you can't really see it on the camera maybe, but the watermarked logo behind the label looks fucking sick.
Yeah, it's
So-
rad.
And I love kind of having like him up here and then her down
And they're going
here.
opposite directions.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
they're doing the exact same pose but opposite directions. Really sick.
Yeah, that's
That's
dope.
killer. Woo!
Nice.
Mike D starting out strong.
Starting the night off hot, baby.
All right, Andy.
Ready for
You're
this 9-1?
Moon Knight number 1. 9/6.
9/6.
Hell yeah.
I was a little worried about that one, to be honest, because it's got a lot of white on the cover. And before I sent it, I saw a couple things. And do you remember I texted you?
Yeah.
And I was like, I know this isn't a 9/8, and I wanted to make sure
Yeah. It's
You-
got some spine stuff.
you knew before we sent it.
Still 9/6.
Ooh, wee.
Beautiful.
That custom label looks great on that one, too.
Yeah.
The custom labels are really, I'm a sucker for those.
I love them. I love them.
So, yeah, we can try to show that camera. But, yeah, that is a Deodata Moon Knight, I
I
think.
think it's Finch. I
Oh,
think
is
it's
it
a David
Finch?
Finch.
Okay. Either way, really cool Moon Knight.
Yeah. So sick.
You want to hang on to it or you want it in my box for now?
No, I'll hang on to it
Okay.
and just throw it on the floor.
Don't touch my stuff.
No, this is mine.
Okay. This is your mid-size box. This is basically what you ship to CGC in. And that's only in a separate box because I think they fill up 25 per their larger box.
Oh, okay.
And then this is like the something extra box.
Killer.
We don't know which, normally these come back in like the order you kind of submitted them in. They just like slide them in a sequence. I don't know which box Greg stuff is in, so we'll see.
That's all right.
While Mike is opening that, for all you KC people, not this weekend, but the next weekend is TowerCon.
TowerCon,
at
baby.
Tower Tavern. We're going to be there doing some floor work,
Yeah,
right?
well, we're going to do a show.
do some recording, do some interviews with special guest
Kyle Strom.
Kyle Strom. Gonna be having a good time. It's always a blast. We always spend too much money and then eat lunch and then drink some beers and then spend more money.
And then go
So-
back and spend more money. It's cruel how well they've perfected TowerCon.
Oh, yeah. It's a good time. All right, what you got?
I got my Tokyo Ghosts,
Hell yeah.
Oh.
and it is a 9.8,
9.8.
baby.
Oh, so hard for a black comic cover like that.
Nice. And yeah, this is one I bought. What year is this? 2015. So
Yeah.
that's an 8-year-old comic. It was just sitting in short boxes. I heard they might do like a show or animated series or movie or
God, that would
something.
rule.
And I love
Animated
Tokyo
movie
Ghost.
would be the best.
This is what I'm talking about with these books. Like, this one isn't worth like a bunch of money right now. Maybe in the future, it'll be worth more. But I love this book so much, and it's got the potential to be a movie or something. So that's one I really wanted slabbed, and it looked nice. So stoked to get a 9.8 back in that bad boy.
I love that Rick Remender.
I'm killing it so far.
I
2 for
love-
2.
I love that Remender is having like kind of a renaissance.
Yeah.
He's like started his own
Mhm.
company, Giant Generator.
Mhm.
He's getting all these reprints out. He's got Sacrificers coming out.
Sacrifices
is
look
out.
so good.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the thing with these books too, is that now that people are kind of giving some heat to Rick Remender, it's like a lot of his other stuff's being considered for being made into stuff. So I don't know. He's cool to collect for that.
Yeah. Black Science movie when.
Yeah, that would be fucking sick. All right. Ambassadors I sent in.
Oh,
That book was
Mark
getting
Millar.
a little heat as a
Okay.
Mark Millar book, and I figured it's new enough.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it's a fresh copy that gets a 9.8. Otherwise, this one
You may have
is well,
wasted.
a 9.6 in this. I think is probably going to sell for as much as it costs to slab
Yep.
it. 9.8,
Hey, you
Yeah.
are nailing it.
killing it.
Call him
Call
Mike.
him Mr. 98.
Mike 98.
Yeah.
Speaking of 98, 98 Degrees is doing a tour soon.
Finally.
Yeah, the boy band 98 Degrees.
We were all waiting for it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
This
Not.
this book was great.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was
I-
amazing.
I really loved it, and seeing those characters pick up in big game,
Mhm.
and seeing how what kind of part they play in this larger.
Well, yeah, and that kick-ass one to be on the Ambassadors.
Yeah, right.
Like, I love that. It's like their version of the Justice League, essentially.
So this is definitely one that I could see being, at least having like fond memories for like
Yeah.
20 years from now. Like there a lot of the like Netflix Mark Millar comics on Image
Mm-hmm.
have been a little like lackluster for me.
Yeah. I thought.
He released so many of them.
Yeah. He really shotgunned a lot of stuff.
Yeah, and they printed so many of the magicians, and then like that, like
Yeah. Magic Order.
Magic
Yeah.
Order, that's what it was.
Yeah.
And then Netflix did 2 shows that were like kind of like Magic Order, but not quite. And it was like, well, we're not going to ever make that a show.
Yeah.
And they printed 1 million fucking copies of that.
Yeah.
And I think that immediately lost a lot of steam for his kind of imprint or whatever it is
And
on Image.
Millar World.
Especially since what was it? Jupiter's Legacy like kind of tanked.
Yeah.
So I never watched it. And was it just like not
I liked it.
good? Oh, okay.
I thought it was good.
Yeah. That show did really bad.
Yeah.
Did
I don't
it
know
come
why
out
though.
During COVID?
I don't know.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Here's the problem I think with that show. People's standards were The Boys,
Yeah.
True.
and that fell short of
Yeah.
what The Boys gave them.
It was like a lighter version of The Boys.
Yeah.
Okay, I sent in my Daredevil First Muse
Oh yeah. Okay.
Spec alert.
Okay, yeah, totally. This is the most specky thing I've ever done is send a book like this in for grading. But I've been seeing it go up, and it's been showing up on those like cover price reports.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
And
Let's see that
I
Shipment
figured
10.
I figured why not?
10, baby.
It's a white cover.
Yeah.
So
I feel
Nine,
it.
nine
I
four or
feel it.
higher.
I have really bad luck with white covers. So we'll see. 9.6.
9.6.
Welcome to the crew.
9.6, baby. But it is a cool cover. There's been a little bit of debate on like what Muse's first appearance is, but it says in the notes there, first appearance of Muse, which is kind of a relief.
Solid counts.
The band.
But yeah, it's like who CGC recognizes is really like all that's gonna matter to you.
Man. 9.6. Beautiful.
But really cool cover. I think if that's not a white cover, I get a 9.8.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's so
Such a
rough.
fucking bummer.
Well, again, as a Moon Knight fan,
Yeah,
I
right.
totally,
All the covers are like untouched, unshaded white.
yeah, I totally sympathize with you.
Yeah.
Still very cool.
All right.
Be proud.
So hopefully the show's good, and that character is a hit.
Yeah,
If it even, is it just rumored, or do we know for sure
It's,
that's going to be?
rumored.
it's highly rumored,
Okay.
which doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
But what a great and easy concept for a Daredevil villain. You know, a serial killer who
Yeah.
poses their victims as works of art
Yeah.
after they're done.
I sent in my Deadly Neighborhood Spider-Man 5,
Oh, that's Crystal Spider.
which is that Crystal Spider first appearance.
Cover A.
Cover A.
Mhm.
9.8.
9.8.
Of course.
I love this cover. Big demon bear.
Yep.
Real gnarly. I don't know. Does it have it in the notes that Crystal Spider's first appearance is that or no? Nothing.
No, it does not.
That's one of those things with these books
B. Earl and Taboo story.
when they're so new. They haven't like formally
Well, Crystal
Made it-
Spider has never shown up again.
made a decision. Yeah, that's a thing. It's like, is it a notable character? Do you put it in the notes?
Yeah.
So we'll see. It was really popular at the time, and people were hyped on the character.
Yeah.
And there has been another Crystal Spider appearance in Edge of Spider-Verse, the
well,
newest Edge of Spider-Verse.
Sure.
So we'll see what they do with her there, but I don't know. Cool character.
Yeah.
And it's another thing where like Taboo and the stuff he's been writing has been great with like representation and Native American characters. So I just love like obviously I'm a Spider-Man guy, having 9/8
Webhead.
of all these different like an Asian spider person, your Spider Gwen for the girlies. Like I just think these are cool to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Oh, I got this back already. Okay, this is my X-Men. I thought I had this one pressed, but I must not have. This is my X-Men. Is it 131? It's like the second appearance of Dazzler, first white queen cover.
Oh,
Oh.
this one?
She's like really
Yeah,
big
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see what I'm talking about in
yeah.
like 1 second, okay?
What a
I have
what a
no
description.
I have no idea. Let me put this one down and do a little bit of a preamble first. The guy I bought this from on eBay was like beautiful condition book, and the pictures of it looked really nice.
I'm in love with this book.
And then when I got it, there was a little like kind of tear at the top of the cover, which was a big bummer, but it otherwise is really nice looking. And I've seen tiny tears like that be like 9.4s before, and I've also seen stuff like that be like 8s. So
Depends on who you get.
Well-
so I think I'm gonna get somewhere between like an 8 and a 9, maybe between an 8 and a 9 on
Like,
this.
you think about my Prestige Moon Knight, right?
Yeah, right.
That book looks
Looks phenomenal.
pristine,
Yeah.
with the glaring exception of a stamp on the cover that says like "Do not distribute." Right?
Yeah, right.
And that's an 8.
Yeah, that got an 8.
So-
Yeah. So this
Here
could
we go.
I mean, this could be all the way down to 7.5. This is a nice book to have
Oh,
in night condition.
Ooh,
But
don't say that. Don't jinx yourself.
A 9.
9!
Hey!
I'll
See?
take it.
Yeah.
Got the cape
She's
going
got her
out.
cape,
Yeah.
her neck scarf.
I fucking love this cover.
She definitely wants to speak to the manager.
So at a 9, I definitely
These mashed potatoes are cold.
at a 9, I think I got a good deal on what I paid for this raw. It wasn't that much money.
Hell yeah.
Typically, I don't overpay very much on eBay. I'm kind of like a sniper for comics that end at weird times of day and
Yeah.
that seem like or were listed poorly, so it seems like there's a good chance that I'm going to get a decent deal on it. So I didn't pay that much for that one, and to get a very fine near mint on it is
Yeah.
spectacular.
Yeah, dude, don't even. Yeah, 9.
You
is
see what I'm
perfect
talking
on
about? I don't know
liquor.
if you can see
Yeah.
the
Up
thing
there,
at the
yeah.
top, but other than that, it's a really, really nice copy.
Yeah, no, that's great.
The corners aren't like banging, but they're pretty nice. I think without that little tear, it might be like a 9.2 or a 9.4.
Yeah, you even got some like smudging and dirt on by the staples.
Yeah, right.
Still got a 9.
Which is not bad. Some of that looks like, well, that part of it's ink, and then some of it's, color rub. So this one probably could have been cleaned and pressed a little bit, but I don't know if it would have made
to get like a 9.1.
much of a difference.
If it's damage, like damage to the cover, it's
Yeah.
not going to make that much of a difference.
You
Look at
slabbed
this.
the damage?
Amazing Star Trek motion picture poster on the back.
Is that the one where they save the whales?
No, that's Star Trek 4.
That is for the best Star Trek.
Oh. Wait, which
In
ti-
what world?
Which timeline?
Yeah, not the Kelvin timeline, the original timeline.
Which one did Leonard Nimoy direct?
4.
4.
I like that one a lot.
It's good. It's not better than 2.
And then
Wrath-a-Con?
Yeah.
Wrath-a-Con's pretty
what's
fucking
his
good.
face wanted to oh god,
Shatner?
Shatner wanted to direct the next one
He
because
did.
Nimoy directed 4, and it was so much worse.
I'll be goddamned if I get shown up by
That pointy-eared
that
fuck.
pointy-eared fuck.
I get him being like, I'm the star, I want to do this, but at the same time, it's like
You're not good at it.
you take 5 steps back and look at those two, and you're like, this guy's the artist 100%
Yeah.
of the time.
Shit, Leonard
Not this
Nimoy
guy.
cut an album.
Yeah.
Well, so did Shatner did the spoken word
Uh-huh.
thing. I think he saw everything Leonard Nimoy did
Yeah.
and was like, I need to do my version. I can do that too.
I need to do a shittier version of that.
Whatever.
He's probably pissed that Nimoy got to heaven first.
I was going to say, who's still living?
All right, this is my Daredevil first appearance of Elektra as Daredevil.
Oh.
And I would really like a 9.8 in this.
You got a 9.
but I picked this one up off the shelves. Who knows? 9.8.
See?
Fuck yeah! I'm
Whoa!
stoked on this one. I think I'd been really.
Man,
I would have been more bummed than I should have been.
graders are very kind.
For a 9.6. Elektra becomes the new Daredevil in the notes. One thing I don't love about this one is that
A woman taking a job from a man.
exactly
you're very,
right.
You're
Can
very
we
vocal.
can we vent on this for a little bit?
Woke media
real.
wins again.
Bring our special guest Ben Shapiro in.
Ben, you need a step stool?
Because he's in prison, the logo is
Behind bars.
orange and behind bars.
Hell yeah.
And the orange logo, it just doesn't feel like a Daredevil book to me. I mean, I get it like artistically, that's kind of like a cool idea and cool thought, but I wish the logo was still red. Or it would have been cool if like there was some nod to Elektra on the cover of this. This is one of those things too where I think like
Yeah, that's true.
had this book had Elektra on the cover, it would be worth twice as much money.
I think it's worth as much as it is because it was like a sleeper thing.
Oh, maybe.
Like-
maybe it wouldn't have been as much, you think, because we all would have known it would have been ordered to all hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like I didn't get a copy of this because I was trying to jump on
Mhm.
when she became Daredevil because I was like, oh, that's a good jumping on point.
Yeah.
I've heard Zdarsky's a good writer. This was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, you could not find a copy of it.
Well, after his Batman run, you can tell Zdarsky's pretty much a hack.
True.
Thanks, Internet, for thinking for me.
I got the last copy at Elite.
Nice.
wow.
of this. So it was
That you know of.
it was about to sell. Yeah, I'm sure
that he had available.
I'm sure he held some back.
He's
But
no dummy.
you had asked me to pick up a copy for you that day if
Oh, I did?
they had extra, and they did not.
Okay.
So I kept my precious 9/8 to myself.
Did
Yeah.
not.
And I have,
Mike-
I have 5 fucking
Yeah.
copies.
Mike's like, oh, I also slabbed the 2 other.
Here's my
and the
other
next 2 I pull
Yeah,
out.
you're like, what the fuck?
Chip, can you sign that one
Yeah.
to eBay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
To eBay.
All right, everybody, that was the preview of our Patreon episode. There's a lot more to hear over on that site, as well as video to accompany. So check us out over there if you can. We always appreciate your support. We've got a couple different tier levels with different access, so you can support First Issue Club and have our families allow us to keep this hobby that we love oh so much. But yeah, appreciate you listening. Reminder again, we'll be at TowerCon next weekend in Kansas City, recording a little live episode, so that'll be a lot of fun. And we hope to see you there if you're in KC. Bye.